The movie starts with a married couple, Li Xiang and Zhihong, who are both archaeologists. They go on a trip with their team to a mountain, looking for ancient items hidden in a cave. After a long and difficult journey, the team finds a mysterious temple guarded by snake statues. Inside the temple, Zhihong sees a strange ring on one of the snake statues. When she turns the ring, all the snake statues come to life, and a huge statue of the dragon Zhu appears above the temple. Their photographer tries to capture this amazing sight and notices a mirror on the left eye of the dragon statue. As the photographer climbs to get a better shot, Zhihong warns him not to look into the mirror, but he ignores her. Suddenly, a blue flame bursts from the mirror, covering the photographer in its fire. Li Xiang tries to save him, but the dragon Zhu statue also comes to life, breathing fire and making everyone dodge the attack. Meanwhile, the snake statues start attacking the archaeologists. In the chaos, Zhihong grabs the mirror to protect herself, and Li Xiang follows her. Surrounded by the attacking snakes, Li Xiang tries to save the ancient artifact by throwing the mirror to Yonghua. However, Yonghua misses it, and the mirror falls into a deep hole in the temple. Yonghua escapes the temple, becoming the only survivor of this scary event. After the tragic trip that caused many deaths, Li Xiang and Zhihong are blamed for their team's deaths. Their son, Li Xiang, also suffers from this event, facing loneliness and rejection from society. As he grows older, Li Xiang decides to clear his parents' names and find proof of their innocence. When he becomes an adult, Li Xiang starts a journey to find the truth about his parents' last trip. His search leads him to Yonghua, who is now in a mental hospital. In a moment of urgency, Yonghua warns Li Xiang not to look for the cursed Kunlun mirror. But their talk is suddenly interrupted when the police arrive to arrest Li Xiang and his friend, Yu Daisu, for trespassing in the hospital. Daisu tries to block the door to stop the police from entering, while Li Xiang keeps asking Yonghua questions. Despite their efforts, the police come into the room and arrest both Li Xiang and Daisu. Sometime later, Li Xiang and Daisu were released with the help of their friend, Liu Yao. Li Xiang told Liu Yao about his meeting with Yonghua and his suspicion that the Kunlun mirror might be in the river near Qian village. He asked Liu Yao to join him and Daisu in going to the village to look for the mirror. To thank her for helping them get released, Li Xiang also invited Liu Yao to dinner. That evening, while they were preparing dinner, Daisu encouraged Li Xiang to tell Liu Yao about his feelings. Li Xiang had liked Liu Yao for a long time but felt unsure because they had been friends since they were kids. While organizing papers at Li Xiang's house, Liu Yao found a letter from Wuxi village. She showed it to Li Xiang, and they were surprised to learn that Wuxi village was next to Qian village. The letter had a photo of the Kunlun mirror and an image of Li Xiang's parents' archaeological team. The letter asked the descendants of Li Xiang and Zhihong to recover the ancient mirror from Wuxi village. After reading the letter, Li Xiang became determined to find the Kunlun mirror. He believed this would clear his parents' names from the accusations related to the tragic expedition. Daisu agreed to help Li Xiang, but his mother insisted he return home because she didn't trust Li Xiang, who was often seen as the son of a murderer. Daisu obeyed his mother. After Daisu left, Li Xiang asked Liu Yao to help him buy a bus ticket to Wuxi village. Curious about Li Xiang's feelings for her, she asked if he liked her. Li Xiang stayed silent, which disappointed Liu Yao. She said she wouldn't get involved in his problems, including his mission to find the Kunlun mirror. The next day, Li Xiang and Daisu took a bus to Wuxi village. After a long journey, they arrived at the village at night. They found the village eerily silent, considering its history of floods. Oddly, there had been no flood since the ancient mirror was discovered during Li Xiang's parents' expedition. The villagers believed the Kunlun mirror was protecting their village. Li Xiang and Daisu wandered through the village and found a temple. Inside, they discovered a room filled with red cloth, which was the storage place for the Kunlun mirror. Li Xiang wanted to take the mirror, but Daisu urged caution. He reminded Li Xiang that they should get permission from the villagers because the mirror was believed to be connected to the supernatural world. But Li Xiang did not listen and took the Kunlun mirror. Meanwhile, the villagers gathered around the temple, thinking Li Xiang and Daisu were trying to steal their ancient treasure. To avoid the angry villagers, the two friends ran into the forest but soon found themselves surrounded. Just when things seemed hopeless, Liu Yao arrived in her car to rescue them. Her car had trouble starting after hitting a tree, leaving them trapped by the villagers. Eventually, she managed to restart the car and escape. But they faced another group of villagers, and in frustration, Lu Yao drove off the road and into a ravine. Unbeknownst to them, the Kunlun mirror, held by Su in the back seat, began to glow mysteriously. After some time, the three friends woke up in a strange cave, surprisingly unhurt despite the car falling into the ravine. Su then told his friends that the ancient mirror he had been guarding was missing. This made Li Xiang angry, and he blamed Su for not taking better care of the mirror. When they got out of the car, Li Xiang asked Lu Yao why she had come to rescue them, considering she had said she didn't want to get involved. Lu Yao explained that she wanted to help clear his parents' name, not because of him. Soon after, Li Xiang decided to smoke a cigarette. Suddenly, a big snake appeared, making him run back to the car. The snake flipped over Lu Yao's car, forcing Li Xiang to come out again. Just as the snake was about to attack him, Lei Li and Fong Xing arrived just in time to save him. The snake threw Lei Li into a stone pillar and attacked Fong Xing with its scales. Another warrior, Bai Link, rushed to help and used his chi energy to weaken the snake before finally killing it with his spear. The injured snake turned into a woman named Hong Yang, who warned them that everyone in the cave would soon die. Bai Link introduced himself and his two companions to Li Xiang and the others, saying they were students of Master Jinghe. Lei Li and Fong Xing then destroyed all of Li Xiang and his friends' belongings, saying these items could help the Fire Dragon or Dragon Zoo find them. Bai Link explained that by having the Kunlun mirror, Li Xiang and his friends had entered the supernatural world. Their master had sent Bai Link to bring them back, so Bai Link used his chi energy to create a portal to another place. When they arrived in Kuanku village, Bai Link told them about the Fire Dragon, who thought he was the most powerful god and caused much destruction before being imprisoned in Chunyang Palace. The only thing that could free the Fire Dragon was the Kunlun mirror. Back in the cave where Li Xiang and his friends had fought Hong Yang, the Fire Dragon's son, Fire Serpent, found Li Xiang's cigarette. Using it, Fire Serpent tracked their location and also revived Hong Yang. In Kuranku village, Bai Link took Li Xiang and his friends to the temple of Master Jinghe. They were shocked to see their master, Jinghe, as a mummy. Lei Li explained that Jinghe lived as a spirit. Their master had used the power of an ancient god to take the right eye of the Fire Dragon, which was the Kunlun mirror, making the dragon sleep forever. But the Kunlun mirror was lost, and Bai Link said Li Xiang could ask Jinghe's spirit about its location. Using their chi energy, Bai Link and his fellow students opened a secret door in the temple. As Li Xiang and his friends entered the room, they saw a huge, chained statue that came to life after the secret door closed. In a panic, they faced the statue's fierce attack, including its giant hammer. Despite the danger, they worked together to defeat the statue. Outside the secret room, Bai Link and the others saw an incense burner lit, which meant Li Xiang and his friends were still alive. Bai Link explained that if they could survive and use chi energy from Jinghe, they were the heroes foretold to save Kuanku village. Inside the room, Su and Lu Yao were knocked out by the statue's attack. Just as the statue was about to hit Li Xiang with its big hammer, Lu Yao, now with chi power, woke up and saved Li Xiang, breaking the statue into pieces. Su also found chi strength and collected the statue's fragments. Then, they heard a voice from the statue's fragments. It warned that the Fire Dragon had found Jinghe's temple and a disaster was coming. At the same time, Jinghe's spirit appeared from the broken pieces. He told Li Xiang and his friends that he had predicted heroes would come to save Kuanku village. Now, seeing Li Xiang and his friends, he knew they were the heroes meant to protect the village. Jinghe asked them to help fight against the Fire Dragon. At first, Li Xiang hesitated because he wanted to find the Kunlun mirror and go home. Jinghe then told a story about a fellow disciple who had stolen the Kunlun mirror while fighting the Fire Dragon. Hearing this, Li Xiang agreed to help the village if Jinghe would tell him where to find the disciple. Jinghe said the disciple was behind Thunder Marsh. After leaving the temple, the villagers welcomed them, hoping for their help against the Fire Dragon. But Li Xiang lied, saying Jinghe had asked Bai Link to take them to Thunder Marsh to get the Kunlun mirror. The villagers were unsure, but Bai Link trusted Jinghe's words and told Li Xiang and his friends to prepare for their mission. Meanwhile, Fire Serpent and Hong Yang were working to break the shield protecting Kuanku village. In the village, Su asked Li Xiang why he had lied. He thought they should protect the village since they got chi strength from Jinghe. Li Xiang said everything felt like a dream and would end soon, so they shouldn't get involved. but Daesu wanted to help. Liu Yao suggested he should help Li Xiang find the Kunlun mirror instead. Daesu agreed and left with his friends. Bai Link asked Fong Xing and Lei Li to go with them to Thunder Marsh, and they used a portal to leave. Meanwhile, Bai Link prepared the villagers to fight Fire Serpent and Hong Yang, who were getting closer. Bai Link signaled the villagers to attack, leading to a fierce battle. But Fire Serpent and Hong Yang quickly overpowered and killed many villagers. At the same time, Daesu and Liu Yao felt the intense struggle of the villagers fighting against the Fire Serpent and Hong Yang. Fong Xing explained that the chi powers they had gained connected them to the villagers, allowing Daesu and Liu Yao to sense what was happening in Kurenku village. Fong Xing also explained that the Fire Serpent wanted to eliminate all the villagers' chi powers. Doing this would allow him to wake the imprisoned Dragon Zoo, causing a huge disaster in their world. In Chunyang Palace, a significant event happened. The hand-shaped statues holding fire started to go out one by one. This happened because the chi power sealing Dragon Zoo was lost when the people of Kuenku village, who had this power, died in the battle against the Fire Serpent and Hong Yang. Sadly, Bai Link also died at the hands of the Fire Serpent, who had killed all the villagers. Daesu, feeling guilty for leaving the village, kept asking Li Xiang to return to Kuenku village. He said they had gained strength and promised Jinghe to protect the village. Lei Li, who heard this, realized that Li Xiang had lied to the villagers. He was so angry that he almost attacked Li Xiang. At that moment, Li Xiang admitted that he didn't have chi power like Daesu and Liu Yao. This made Lei Li and Fong Xing doubt that Li Xiang and his friends were the heroes they had hoped for. They decided to take Li Xiang and his friends to Thunder Marsh to return to the human world. As they approached Thunder Marsh, Lei Li and Fong Xing explained the importance of Jing Forest at the edge of the marsh. It was the birthplace of the powerful ancient god Fuqi and was so strong that even Dragon Zoo could not enter it. Lei Li also warned them not to look back, or they would be struck by lightning and killed. Soon after, Hong Yang appeared and attacked the group. Just as Hong Yang, now a giant snake, was about to strike Li Xiang, Liu Yao bravely stepped in but was thrown into Thunder Marsh. Fong Xing told Daesu and Li Xiang to quickly enter the marsh to stay safe and keep Daesu's chi power. Meanwhile, she and Lei Li would fight Hong Yang. Sadly, Hong Yang had become stronger and overpowered Fong Xing and Lei Li. The snake then chased after Li Xiang and the others. Daesu, determined to help his friends, climbed a tree to guide them away from Hong Yang's attacks. The snake quickly hit Daesu with its tail, causing him to fall. This led to a lightning bolt striking nearby. Daesu used his new power to protect his friends from the lightning, allowing them to cross the marsh safely. Daesu then fought against Hong Yang. He drove his sword into the snake's head and directed it to the sky to attract lightning. The lightning struck, and both Daesu and Hong Yang shattered into pieces. Meanwhile, Li Xiang was sure he was stuck in a dream and wanted to find the Kunlun mirror to return to the real world with his friends. When Liu Yao found the mirror and gave it to Li Xiang, she tried to convince him that they were in a real and dangerous situation, not a dream. However, Li Xiang still believed it was a dream. Frustrated, Liu Yao thought Li Xiang was being selfish and stopping himself from getting chi power from Jinghe. She reminded him that they had to help the people of Kuenku village. Hearing Liu Yao's words, Li Xiang assured her that he would find a way to bring them back to the real world. He asked her to hold his hand, but then a figure looking like Li Xiang appeared in the marsh, crying for help. Li Xiang, who was with Liu Yao, warned her that it was a trap. Confused, Liu Yao asked both Li Xiang figures about their feelings for her. The Li Xiang next to her stayed silent, while the one in the marsh said he loved her deeply. Believing this was the real Li Xiang, Liu Yao ran towards the marsh to save him, but it was a trick by the Fire Serpent. When she entered Thunder Marsh, Liu Yao was struck by lightning and died. The Fire Serpent then turned to Li Xiang but didn't kill him because he had no chi power. Instead, the Fire Dragon ordered Li Xiang to bring the Kunlun mirror to Chunyang Palace. The Fire Serpent went to Chunyang Palace, where one flame still burned, representing him. To wake his father, the Fire Serpent put out this last flame. Li Xiang woke up after being attacked by the Fire Serpent and saw an old man named Luolei watching him. Li Xiang blamed Luolei for not helping him and his friends, but Luolei blamed Li Xiang for going to Thunder Marsh instead of helping the people of Kuenku village. Luolei gave the Kunlun mirror to Li Xiang, offering him the choice to return to the real world or stay to help his friends in Ku village by fighting the fire dragon. Luolei admitted he had once selfishly hidden in Thunder Marsh to avoid the fire dragon, but it left him lonely and bored. Li Xiang, not wanting a life like Luolei's, decided to fight the fire dragon in Chunyang Palace, ready to sacrifice himself for his friends who had died. At Chunyang Palace, the fire dragon, in human form, welcomed Li Xiang and asked for the Kunlun mirror to free himself. Li Xiang agreed, but only if the fire dragon would bring back all the villagers who had died in Ku village. The fire dragon refused because it would mean his re-imprisonment. Unable to agree, Li Xiang walked away from the palace. In anger, the fire dragon attacked Li Xiang with fire, but Li Xiang used the Kunlun mirror to deflect the attack until the mirror broke, just as he had planned. Furious and realizing he would stay trapped forever, the fire dragon decided to kill Li Xiang. Back at Thunder Marsh, lightning struck a pond, and Luolei rushed over. To everyone's surprise, Li Xiang emerged from the pond unharmed. He had gained chi power from the ancient god Fu Qi, which brought him back to life. With his new strength, Li Xiang decided to return to Chunyang Palace to fight the fire dragon, knowing he would have to sacrifice himself and be reborn in the pond. Luolei also taught Li Xiang martial arts to prepare him. Over the years, Li Xiang fought the fire dragon many times, growing older each time, until Luolei eventually passed away. With his remaining strength, Li Xiang returned to Chunyang Palace to face the fire dragon again. Surprisingly, his newly learned martial arts skills helped him dodge the dragon's attacks and fight back, eventually defeating the fire dragon. This victory was shown by all the flames on the palm-shaped statues lighting up, meaning the people of Ku village had come back to life. Soon after, Li Xiang saw his parents and asked them to come home with him. They both said no, and his mother, Jihong, gave him a bracelet, telling him to meet his friends who were waiting for him. In the final scene of the film, Li Xiang woke up inside a car, surrounded by medical professionals who came to rescue him and his injured friends after their car, driven by Liu Yao, had fallen into a ravine. Strangely, Li Xiang was wearing the bracelet his mother had given him in the dream. Sometime later, Li Xiang and his recovered friends met the person who wrote the letter. She was the daughter of the expedition guide who had worked with Li Xiang's parents. She said she sent the letter asking Li Xiang to get the Kunlun mirror from the village because she didn't like seeing the villagers worshipping it. She also gave him a camera used by his parents during their expedition and convinced the people of Wuxi village to let Li Xiang borrow the mirror temporarily. So the moral of the story is, always listen to the locals and never, ever mess with mystical mirrors or snake statues unless you want your vacation photos to include fire-breathing dragons and a trip to the supernatural world.